வாழ்க வளமுடன். God bless you all my dear children. See in this video what we are going to see now. Remainder theorem. So this is very important theorem. Even this remainder theorem will be continuously will be learning even in your plus 2 and even BSc Maths, and even if you go for BE also, there also the remainder theorem will come back to you. So that much important this remainder theorem. Okay, so in this video I am going to tell you the remainder theorem and also the factor theorem together in my own approach, just like a comparative. Before entering into remainder theorem, as my special way of doing is, first let us understand the concept. Okay, so what concept we are going to do? For that only I have taken example 6 from your page 36 of your CBSE 9th standard book. What is the example 6 says? Divide p of x by g of x. Okay, so p of x is a polynomial and g of x is also a polynomial. Divide both of it, they ask you to do it. So p of x is x plus 3x square minus 1, g of x is equal to 1 plus x. Instead of dividing, first of all, let us find out the value as you have learnt in question number 3 and question number 4. If you would have watched my question number 4 video, now it will be very quickly you can say that in the place of x plus 1, the value of x equal to minus 1. Actual way of doing is writing x plus 1 is equal to 0, then x is equal to, again it will come here, this side, then only x equal to minus 1. So without doing any step, straight away we can do it by if you would have watched my question number 4 video. Not only this x, if it is 3x plus 5, if it is 2x plus 7, whatever it is, immediately you can write the value of x. Okay, that technique and that tip I told you. If it is like, if any number is added, then the opposite sign only will be the value of x. Okay, so here is x is equal to minus 1. So I am substituting this equation. See, before you do any substitution, you have to arrange it in an order. That will be a good one. Okay, but they have given you x plus 3x square minus 1, but I have arranged this into 3x square. First, since this is a what equation? Can you remember that one? What is the degree? 2. Degree 2. Then what equation this is? This is quadratic equation. Okay, so 3x square will come first, then x, then minus 1. Okay, so I have written this quadratic equation in an order. 2 degree, 1 degree. This is a constant term, that means x is power 0 now. So no x, but x power 0, you can make it in that way. It is a constant term. So I am substituting in the place of x minus 1. So in the place of minus 1, the whole square, plus in the place of x, I have substituted minus 1. One more minus 1 is there. Now here see, minus 1 square is even power plus only. So 1. So it is, these two are with a different sign. So only minus sign will, I told you no, same sign plus, different sign minus. So different sign minus 1 only. So minus 1. So 3 1 is 3, minus 1, minus 1. Again these two are with same sign plus, or you have to do the action of plus. So you have to add and put the same number sign. So if you would have watched my integer video, it will be very clear. You will never forget and you will never do any mistakes also. So if you didn't watch it, please go through the integer video also. Okay, 3, now it is minus 2. So 3 minus 2 is 1. So this is only the value of this polynomial when I substitute instead of the place x is equal to minus 1. When I substitute, I am getting as this. I told you in question number 2, 3, 4, everything. This is nothing but the remainder. When you substitute the value of x in any polynomial, the answer which you get is nothing but it is a remainder. Okay, first you fix that in your mind. Now let us do the actual division now. Okay, let us compare and do it. Now see, again I have arranged this in an order. 3x square plus x minus 1, and I am dividing by x plus 1. So when I divide like this, you have to compare the first one. See, when you compare, this is 3x square, you are going to divide by x. So one direct way of doing is nothing but 3x square by x, then 1 power, here 1 degree will go. So 3x will be the quotient. You can do in that way, or otherwise I used to tell my children just to keep it in our mind, it is shortest way. See, it is 1, it is 3. So what is now, what more we needed? 3 we needed. Okay, so let us write 3. This is only x power 1, this is x power 2. What is the balance one? Only x. So let us write in that way. Okay, what is short now? So that we will make it into writing. So here it is 1, so here it is 3. When I divide this 3 by 1, only 3 is coming. This is 2 power, this is 1 power. I need one more extra x. Okay, so I am writing it 3x. Okay, now I need to multiply this 3x and x plus 1. So when I multiply, as I told you in irrational numbers and then everything, when you multiply, you must keep it in your mind. Two things. First sign, then number, then algebra expression, what it is, x, whether it is x or y. Here see, both sign is plus, so no problem. Then 3, here it is 1, 3 into 1 is 3. Then here it is x, this is x, x into x is x square. Okay, again second number, 3 into 1, it is 3. X, here there is no x, so this x will automatically come. Okay, now you have to change the sign. Let us change it in the down. Okay, so 3x square will get cancelled. Now this is minus 3x, this is plus x. Both are different signs, so I am subtracting. This will become minus 2x minus 1. Okay, now again you just multiply and see what number, if you multiply this x, it will become 2x. This is only simple x. If I multiply this by minus 2, this will become minus 2x, no? So only minus 2 is left out. So I am writing this minus 2. Once again, let me make it into very clear. It is like, no, how? If it is 12, here it is 2. I used to ask my children, how many 2s are 12? So what number if you multiply, you will be getting 12. So by 6, no. So 6 we are writing, no. The same way, if you multiply by x, how will you get this x? Minus 2x. So when you multiply only by minus 2. So I have written this minus 2 here. Now I am going to multiply by minus 2. See, minus 2, both are with different sign. So only the answer will be minus 2 into 1 is 2. There is no x, but here it is x, so this x will come. Here both are different sign, so minus 2 into 1, 2. Now we have to change the sign over now. So this 2x will get cancelled. Here it is plus 2 and then minus 1, both are different sign. So subtract, when I subtract 2 and 1, 2 minus 1 is 1. The greater number sign is plus, so this is plus 1. So we have got the remainder 1. So what did you understand from these two now? That only the simple and the best technique and understanding from this remainder theorem. This will make you to be very, very clear when you learn the remainder theorem. What can you understand this comparison now? Can you generalize the point now? I think you can do it now. So let me tell you now. So if I divide any binomial or trinomial by a binomial, when you divide, okay, you are getting one remainder. Instead of dividing this binomial, this is binomial means two numbers. So it is a binomial. It is trinomial, or you can say it is a quadratic equation also. It is 3 terms are here. So 1, 2, 3 terms. So it is trinomial. I have explained everything in the polynomial video, introduction video. Okay. So when I divide this trinomial by this binomial, okay, instead of dividing this and getting remainder, I can easily substitute the value in the place of x is equal to minus 1. I am getting the same remainder. Yes or no? So this is what? P of minus 1 is equal to 1, no? So same remainder you are getting, no? Both are same only, no? From that only we are going to arrive the remainder theorem. So let us take this P of x is a polynomial. That is the first point in the remainder theorem. What is the first point? Now just repeat with me. Let P of x be any polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1. Why did they give this greater than or equal to 1? Why? Because if the degree is 1 only, there will be some binomial or trinomial or monomial, whatever it is. Okay? If the degree is less than 1, that means what? That will become x equal to 0. No, x equal to 0 means it's simple constant. So it is not at all a polynomial. So if it should be a minimum polynomial or binomial or monomial or trinomial, whatever it is, then the degree must be minimum 1. That is only equal to 1. Or it can be greater than 1. That is 2 also. 2 means what? You can take x square and x plus 7, some equations like that. Then you will get a trinomial. Is it clear for you now, children? So, p of x be any polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1. So, the degree must be greater than or equal to 1. Then only you will get any equation. Whether it is monomial or binomial or trinomial or any polynomial. So, that only they have given you this condition. What is your second condition? Let A be any real number. Real number means what? It can be root number, rational number, or negative integers, or positive integers, or whole number, whatever it is. Whole number, even it can be a 0. So, there is no condition for A. A can be any real number. If A can be any real number, then we will take that as x minus A. Okay? So, then this polynomial p of x is divided by this x minus A, then the remainder is p of A. So, when you divide this by x minus A, you will get the remainder as only this p of A. Suppose if you are dividing by x minus 5. For example, you are dividing any polynomial by x minus 5. What will be the remainder? P of 5 will be the remainder. Can you get the point now? Suppose instead of x plus 5, suppose if it is x plus 3, what will be here? What will be the remainder? P of minus 3 will be a remainder. Okay? Instead of x plus 3, if you are dividing any p of x divided by 2x plus 5. I told you in question number 4, no? What will be the p of a now? What is the real number here? See, the real number is nothing but p of opposite sign of plus 5 is minus 5 divided by the coefficient of x. So, p of minus 5 by 2. This is the remainder. So, that is only the remainder theorem. So, only 3 important points. That too, just you first understand quickly. I will revise this now. So, whenever you divide any polynomial by a binomial, if the binomial, no, there if you get the value of x and substitute the value, that will be same as dividing by this binomial, that is the dividing this polynomial by the binomial. Okay, when you divide this by this like a division, the remainder, the same will be instead of x plus 1, in the place of x, if you put minus 1, that is only p of a. Okay, if you put p of a, then the remainder both are same only. Okay, that is only the remainder theorem told. That is telling you. Okay, now let me repeat the remainder theorem. What is the first point now? Can you remember? Can you get it? It is on the board only, no? Let p of x be any polynomial of degree greater than or equal to 1. That is the first rule. Okay, then the second rule is a be any real number. If both the conditions are satisfied, then if the p of x, okay, if p of x is divided by x minus a with the help of this real number. If it is a, this is x minus a. If it is 5, this is x minus 5. If it is 3, this is x minus 3. Suppose if it is plus 2, this will be x minus 2. If it is minus 2, this will be x plus 2. Opposite number is, isn't it? Yes or no? So, this a be any real number, then x minus a be a remainder is p of a. Is it clear for you? Then remainder is what? P of a. Only those 3 points you have to remember very, very carefully, very easily also. Next, I will do the factor theorem. Okay, now remainder theorem is so good, I think, for you. If the remainder has become, instead of 1, if it is 0, then it will be a factor theorem. Finished. Okay, if the remainder is p of a, instead of that, if they say p of a is equal to 0, then this x minus a is a factor. Finished. Is it clear for you? So next I will do the factor theorem. I will select the example 8 for you in your 9th standard book. Then that will also very easy for you. I'll make you to learn even the division also properly for you, isn't it? Thank you, children.